23-year-old Kathleen to the Maury Show. Now, everybody, you really have to imagine this. You're 15 years old. The man that Kathleen had always believed to be her father, Robert, all of a sudden says to her she was not his daughter. When you're 15. Then a few years later, another man named Tory told Kathleen he believed he was her dad. So since then, Kathleen's life has been turned upside down, and today she's come here determined to finally uncover the truth. So before we talk to Kathleen, here's a bit of Robert's side of the story.
I am here to speak the truth. I am not Kathleen's father. Me and Dornithia go back to prom days. I actually thought she was going to be my wife. Back in the day, Dornithia was faster than a text message. I knew Kathleen wasn't my daughter all along. So when she turned 15, I felt she needed to know the truth. I provided for Kathleen. I was at birthday parties. She even lived with me at one point. I was a damn good father. Dornithia knows the DNA truth. It will be proven that I am not the father, and neither is this guy, Tory.
So obviously we have to have Kathleen's mother here, and Dornithia claims she is positive that Robert is Kathleen's father. You're 15.
Yes.
All of a sudden he says, you're not my daughter.
Out of nowhere, like, Maury, I just want to know the truth. I need him to be the father he was to me when I was a kid. He was at birthday parties, like you said.
He was a good father.
He was. I lived with my father. I was there with my father when his mother passed. I was there with my father through everything. I was daddy's little girl. So for you to come and tell me 15 years later that you're not my father, you got to be crazy.
When you heard it, what did you say?
I was in shock. I was lost for words. Like, I was like, really? Like, you really telling me that you're not my father?
He doesn't even think the other guy's your father.
Exactly. And I know for a fact if Robert's not my father, then Tory is. Tory's been there for me since I was a kid. Always.
You're mad at Robert. Why?
Because I'm going to tell you this. He been there through my pregnancy. He signed the birth certificate. What do you mean you're not her father?
Where does Tory enter the picture?
Tell the truth, Doody. Tell the truth, Dornithia.
Robbie, you're mad. You're mad. Because I did not want to be with you no more, honey. You're mad. Get yourself together and take responsibility. Do you think?
We're going to find out.
Thank you. Okay. Kathleen.
Yes.
You think you look like Robert, or do you think you look like Tory?
I think I look like Robert. Let me show you, Maury. Eyebrows, nose, cheekbones, eyes, lips, everything. Me and Tory, we ain't got nothing alike for except for the nose. So you tell me you ain't my father.
As I understand it, Tory wants to be your father.
Yes, he does. He's always been there for me. I'll never say that he's not my father.
Do you want Robert to be your father?
I do. That's who I grew up to know as my father. I had a bond with him that you just broke.
Everybody, here's Robert. Welcome, Robert.
I told you the truth when you was 15 years old. I told you the truth.
I told the truth. You know it's the truth. You know it's the truth.
We did it together.
Look at
I gotta ask you, though. We all know what 15-year-olds are like. They're very impressionable. It's a very sensitive time. They're right in that puberty stage. They're young teenagers. You told this girl you weren't her father?
I felt, Maury, that she was mature enough to understand, because she is a very mature woman.
How can you be a mature enough to find out that somebody ain't your father? Where'd that come from?
Her attitude is just childish.
Man,
that's what it is.
You're childish!
At 23. At 23 years old, Maury. She has 2 kids.
I lived with this man
All right.
Everything.
Okay. Calm down. Let me ask you something. You want to be the father? No?
I would love to help her in any way possible, but if I'm not the father...
I'm not worried about if you're not. I'm worried about if you are.
If I am, yeah, I love her.
Do you know this guy, Tori?
Yeah, me and Tori, we're been friends for a while.
Okay, but let me ask you this. You don't think he's the father either?
No.
You're
Who the father was?
father,
You
Robbie.
told me who